Hey, welcome back. So we've got a Pretender Rebel going. He is trying to install a 3-5-4 with a strong claim, although his heir will have a weak claim. Our current king is 101 with a 153 dude who will inherit in 15 years. We can't start a war until this Regency Council is out, so we are in favor of the Pretender Rebel's success. We haven't had any luck with power projection at all this game. The Mamluks got gobbled up a little bit by the Ottomans, and so we bailed on them. And I suspect they're going to get gobbled the rest of the way pretty soon. The Ottomans are, as usual, allied with Tunis, who is doing quite well in the west of northern Africa, and Crimea, who's doing pretty well. They've got all of this area vassalized, and they're allied with Nogai. So the Ottoman Tunis Crimea alliance is very powerful, and they're going to totally screw the Mamluks, and that's fine. We had been allied with Timmy, but Timmy ditched us for no apparent reason. I guess he says we're not strong enough, and our reputation is very bad. We got a 0-rep king. So we had a 6-rep king, which made him want to be our friend, and then that 6-rep king got replaced with a 0-rep king, and now he doesn't want to be our friend. We are crazy poor. Currently, our fleet is costing us 0.29 and earning us 0.28. We owe $52 in debts, and we can't even afford to fully fund our 6-sized army. We annexed the only vassal we had, reducing our total strength from 8 down to 6, because they were being counterproductive. They would never attach to our armies and do stuff. So I'm like, fine, I'll just annex you, take that. But now I'm kind of regretting that petty lashing out. We have no allies to protect us from being killed, so at any moment our neighbors can kill us. They all have about 8 army size, and we have about 6. So and if they ally together, they can easily kill us. Lots of people want to Royal marry us, but no one wants to be our friend. Ajuran is okay with being our friend. This guy would be our friend if we wanted. He's mad because he's allied to Oman, Hejaz, and I'm allied to Ajuran, so he won't be our friend in the short term. Ethiopia just hates us. Can't really core this province because our current war exhaustion is 9. And we've got a lot of local autonomy everywhere because peasant rebels keep enforcing our demands. So this game is going very poorly. Luckily, we took expansion as our first idea group, so what happens in the mainland isn't too concerning to us. We're trying to westernize by 1505. It's the standard, like, when you can westernize if you take exploration as your first idea group thing. But, I don't know, for some reason, the idea of westernizing by 1505 is that you use these islands, like here to here to here, and then somebody colonizes Cape Town, usually Portugal, and then you're right next to that Cape Town thing, and then you westernize. But I'm not getting any territory, so I need to up my Diplotech high enough to be able to get around the Horn of Africa, or I don't know if it's called the Horn, or maybe this is the Horn, because it kind of sticks out like a rhino's horn. But to get down past Kilwa is what I mean. So I'm very concerned that at any moment I could die because I have no strong ally. But so long as theoretically the pretenders take over and I don't die, then I should be okay once the next Diplotech finishes. Oman and Hejaz are each allied with QQ and each other, meaning that I can't fight them because QQ is way too strong. Hassa has cancelled military access given to us. It's fine. I never really wanted to walk through the Hassa anyway. I had military access through QQ, who is kind of friendly with me. I hate them, but they like me. Only a tiny bit. As long as I have a terrible king, though, none of the big 4 will ally me. Because I'm very weak. I'm not the same religion as QQ or the Timmies. I think I might be the same religion as Timmy. Timmy. Level out. But even when they do ally me, when I'm this weak, none of them is anything but defensive towards me, like they don't want to help me. It'd be nice if the Ottomans beat out the Mamluks and I was able to steal some territory from them, but there's no way that would be successful because then I just get backstabbed by Oman, Hejaz, QQ, Baluchistan, and the Timurids, and the Hassa, and Ethiopia, and Adal, and Marine. People around me recognize how much land I own and yet how poor I am, and this combination of those two means that they want to take the land from me. I'm not a big fan of people who take my land. Ah, QQ. So, pretender rebels are spawning everywhere. They even killed my army. So it's good. I mean, I want pretenders to succeed, but I didn't want them to kill my army so much. So I need another ally. Baluchistan will probably ally me if I try hard enough. They're not very strong. They never help me, but at least they count against the idea of attacking me. You know, like when Hejaz says, hey, should I beat up Najd or should I go attack Ethiopia? They're going to calculate the size of the army in both cases, and they're going to say, you know, Najd doesn't have an army and doesn't have any allies. I'll beat him up. So I just really want any allies I can get at this point, since the good allies are all giving me the stink eye. The stink eye and the pink eye. My Regency Council is not very legitimate. Yay, mercantilism. Mercantilism gives plus 2% per mercantilism trade power from provinces. So it goes along really well with building the trade power buildings in your provinces, which cost Diplo. I can't afford to be spending Diplo on buildings, and I have no money. So those two things combined mean that mercantilism isn't super helpful to me now, but you know, this game's going to go on for a while, and maybe later on it will be helpful to me. So, like I thought, Oman and Hejaz have now attacked me. I haven't yet paid off all my loans, but now I have. But I can't afford to fund my army. Oh, yeah, I can. I need to fund it a little at a time, but I can eventually afford to fund my army. I don't have any military leaders, neither a king nor an heir, nor a general, nor the ability to purchase a general. Uh-oh. Oh, stack wiped. Now I have no army, and I'm being attacked by lots of people, and I have pretender rebels everywhere. So, yay for pretender rebels, but boo for me being alive. Nora is making an awesome spitting noise over and over. It's pretty cute. So the Mamluks won't... They like Hejaz better than me. Timmy is mad that I'm at war and hates my army strength, which is 0, and hates my navy strength and dislikes that I have a terrible king. But on the plus side, Ajuran and Mogadishu are sending 14,000 troops to help me, so that's good. In fact, with Ajuran and Mogadishu alone, I should be able to win this if I can just build my 6,000 troops, which I can do once the pretender rebels are done. So I might not lose this war. We'll see. What would be awesome is when the pretender rebels win, if I got to keep all their armies, because you know they're fighting in support of having this guy be king, and now he's king, but we're at war, so we still need you. Why would you guys go home? We've installed this guy on the throne. We're all gonna go back to farming or whatever, while the nation crumbles. Like, if I don't talk to my computer, I will cry. That's why. Do you talk to your computer sometimes?
He's talking to a computer. He's making a video.
Yeah, he's making a video. Oman and Hejaz together, champions of the 17,000 army. Our reputation has improved. Perhaps Timurids will ally us. Nope, they're close. They're within 3. So if we built an army and got a better king, we should, and we're no longer at war, they would definitely ally us. So I was looking at the events that having different idea groups give you. Most idea groups have an event that gives -1 stability, but economy and trade do not. They have ones that give you the option of -1 stability, but the option of not losing stability. So I was having so much trouble never being able to get my admin tech up because of all the constant investments into stability. So I was saying, if you go eco and then trade and then work on stuff from there, then you should be able to get by without ever having low stability. So I tried it. I went eco as my first idea, and the economy group idea group is kind of bad because it just gives you cheaper buildings, which is pointless, and more tax income, which is pointless because trade income is enormously superior to tax income. A little bit of production bonus, which is, you know, only a tiny bit helpful. And less inflation, which means more admin points, and cheaper inflation reduction, which means more admin points. And then the real power of econ is the random events. You get events that give you plus base tax, which is hugely awesome. And then you get other events that are plus stability, which is hugely awesome. So I like economy not because economy itself is good, but because of what events you can get when you have economy. Just so you know. So it seems like economy is like one of the worst idea groups, because why not just take trade if you're going to take something for money? But it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Hey, nice. If Hejaz and Oman and QQ suicide all their troops into my rebels, maybe I won't die. Oh, QQ joined the war, by the way. That's really bad. I thought that was Oman or Hejaz's troops, but no, it's QQ getting in on it. So they're definitely going to take some territory from me. Alright, pretender rebels are going to succeed. Nice. And they did leave behind an army. Good. Awesome. They left behind in exactly my force limits sized army, which is great. And I got a much better king, and I'm no longer in a Regency Council. So letting pretender rebels enforce their demands is great, in theory, except that I died while I did it. So that's not good. And they gave me 2 generals for free, too. So pretender rebels for the win. Alright, let's see if Timmy will be my friend. No. Mamluks, no. Hey, beautiful girl. So I can't put my general in charge of this army because it's cut off. And it got instantly stack wiped. So, you know, it was nice to have an army for a second, and then I got stack wiped. I will royal marry everyone of power and ally none of them. I hope they offer me peace soon, because I'll give them whatever they want. This is ridiculous. I can't fight QQ without a big guy. I don't want to take a bunch of war exhaustion just so that you can get more provinces in your peace deal. Don't be selfish. Just take what you can get right now and peace out. Oh, Hejaz and the Mamluks had stopped being allies for a second, but are now allies again. I mean, I just checked whether I could ally the Mamluks, and I couldn't, so nothing I could have done. I feel like keeping the Mamluks as my ally all game is the most successful I've ever been. I have successfully allied Timmy. I've successfully allied the Ottomans. I've successfully allied Baluchistan a ton of times. Even Adjuran, Marin, Adal, everyone. I've even allied Yemen. I've allied everyone around me. And when I've done best has always been when I keep the Mamluks as my ally. A couple of times when the Ottomans kill the Mamluks and they kill me at the same time, and then QQ attacks the Mamluks afterwards, and then Tunis attacks the Mamluks afterwards, and then the Ottomans truces up, so they attack the Mamluks, and I keep accepting the call and accepting the call and accepting the call. That has bogged me down in wars for a long time, but it doesn't kill me because they're not. None of those guys are interested in my territory. They're just interested in beating up the Mamluks. So I think best case is helping the Mamluks to kill the Ottomans. Second best case is staying friends with the Mamluks even as they die. And third best case is allying anyone else. Because I don't think the Ottomans or the Timurids will ever help me with Oman or Hejaz. I'd love to ally Ethiopia. Like, just opening move, do nothing but ally Ethiopia. But it just doesn't work. I can't get down there until Yemen is dead, and by the time I've killed Yemen, you know, nobody in Africa cares about me anymore. Come on, you don't need to full siege me. I am not full annex. You know what? All of my stuff is 1 base tax. Maybe I am full annexable in a single war. I didn't think about that. I'm all desert. My highest base tax province is none. I don't have any base tax. Check it out. All dark red. Everything. This one is 2 base tax. It's my richest province is 2 base tax. This one's 3. So I have a 3 base tax province, but only 1. Everything else is 1 or 2. Good old desert. Ooh, the Mamluks like me. Not enough to ally me, but they do like me. My current king is good at Diplo, and Diplo is what I'm after, so pretty soon I should be able to get a colony. Ooh, I can get a colony! Awesome. We're on our way to westernizing. It's 1505 now, so I should theoretically already be westernizing. So, exploration as the first idea group did not get me to westernizing quick enough. I think I would have to get territory in Africa in order to successfully westernize early enough. One tactic I've seen people use is to turn off El Dorado, the current expansion, because then you can just explore all the way around Africa without having to get the exploration mission things. But I feel like that's kind of cheating. You know, like they released El Dorado and it made exploration harder, and that means that the designers of the game want exploration to be harder, so turning it off just to make exploration easier, that's kind of cheating. Cheating is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. It's not in the spirit of the challenge. Like, if I make this challenge easier and then I win it that way, then I lose something that's fun to me, which is the challenge, you know? Let's make it as hard as I can so that it takes me as long as I possibly can to win at it. Alright. Manpower recovery. Alright, so they wanted some stuff. They wanted me to give back all the stuff I took from Oman and Hejaz, and then they wanted 1 province for QQ. So, I really am currently... I guess this province never belonged to Oman before. So I lost 2 provinces, and I gained 1 province. And I gained 2 provinces. But I mean, as long as everything is 1 base tax, it doesn't matter. You know, like this, every province I take is just 1 more step on the way to trying to get a province that isn't 1 base tax, you know? So I was forced in the peace agreement to give a percentage of my income away. Oh, my colonist is so expensive that I can't even afford to run my army at all. I have no army. I'm paying war reparations to Oman. I'm losing money every year despite not having an army. sad. I can't even afford to run one colonist. I'm about to get more peasant revolts, make my income even lower. Awesome. So I think I'm going to stick with this until I westernize, and then I'll decide from there whether or not I think that makes me powerful enough to win, or if I should start over and try to westernize faster. I was going to say I'll stick with this until 1505, and if I haven't started westernizing, then I'll start over, because that's the benchmark for westernization. You should... Any nation, even one that doesn't have access to the ocean, should be able to westernize by 1505 just by declaring war on Portugal and taking one of their colonies. But you have to shut off El Dorado to do that, so... I don't know. Maybe I should start over. There we go. Ottomans are finally beating up the Mamluks. So the big thing that I did this time that I didn't do in previous ones is that I refused to spend Diplo points to take provinces. And that put me way ahead on Diplotech relative to prior runs. I'm 775 right now. Whereas in prior runs, I would probably be like 4, 3, 7, right? I had a lot of bad military kings. So this has worked in that it has made me pretty far ahead on tech from where I'd normally be, but it has failed miserably in that I am dead. You know, like, not being dead is one of the primary goals for playing this game. You're like, hey, can I not be dead? That'd be nice. I like not being dead. So the difference is that if I was willing to spend Diplo to take provinces, then when I beat up Yemen, I could have just vassalized them and taken a ton of territory so that they didn't have any liberty desire because I'd just taken all their territory. And same with Hejaz and same with Oman. Like, I beat all of my neighbors at least once, and if I was doing things normal way, when I beat them once, they would be dead. I'm trying to take things slow and fight multiple wars to slowly eke out extra provinces without spending Diplo so that I have the extra Diplo to colonize with. I'm talking to nobody, buddy. That didn't work. The strategy is unsuccessful. Although mostly the problem with that strategy wasn't the strategy itself, it was that the Mamluks are getting gobbled by the Ottomans and I don't have any allies. So maybe what I should do is day one declare on Baluchistan, because I can fabricate claims with them instantly, like right when the game starts. And then start expanding into India. Baluchistan is... the only provinces I can get from them are desert. But I could probably vassalize them in one war. So I could probably take like a province here and a province here and vassalize the rest. And then I could core both of those provinces. And then I could start expanding into the richer part of India. The richer part of India is where the rivers run. Anywhere with nice, powerful rivers usually is much richer. So you can see the closest rich provinces. This one was 6 base tax and this one was 7. So once I had like this province, getting to this one and this one wouldn't be that hard. And that would be like my total base tax for this entire thing is 16. And that's a 6 base tax province and a 7 base tax province. Like, I could double my base tax with those 2 provinces. So skip this whole area, because fighting 1,000 wars in order to not be very strong is stupid. I should just go straight to India where there's actually some base tax. What I have tried in the past is going straight down here and gobbling up all this territory, but like I said, the richest provinces in all of Africa are 4. There's nothing rich down there. If you want money, you go to India. Or Europe. So I do think it's time to start over. I do think exploration as a first idea group was an unsuccessful gambit. I just don't have the money to fund a colonist, and if you can't fund even one colonist, then what's the point in exploration? I'm gonna see if this guy can go on the next mission. I'm gonna put this dude in charge and then send him. Yep, he can do lots more missions and explore the world. But who cares how much of the world you explore if you're dead? So, attempt number 8 billion at najd, unsuccessful. Let's start a new one. Exploration I didn't like. I did not like. I'm going to go quantity first this time. That's the one approach I haven't tried. I always go... I've gone religious first, I've gone humanist first, I've gone... My best run was humanist first, by the way. Never having any revolts makes the game so much easier. So, religious first, humanist first, administrative first, economic first, trade first, and defensive first. I've tried some of those multiple times, but those are the 6 different ways. 7, I guess, because exploration. 7 different things I've tried. And so far my favorite was humanist. But I feel like the big problem I had when I went humanist first, you can see this save game from humanist first. It looks like this, it's still there. It's 1670, like the game is more than half over. And I own all of Africa, as you can see. I haven't westernized. I have a border with Castile, but it's a trade company, so I can't westernize off of it. I have no land in India at all, and I've lost multiple wars against Russia and the Commonwealth, and I feel like they're just going to keep taking more and more territory. Because, like I said, the total base tax of all of this stuff that I own is like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus... It's all crap. A whole bunch of crap. None of it is worth any money. So, in here, I have Baghdad and Tabriz. But... And I just barely got this other Mazandaran and Hormuz. Right? So, my entire nation basically comes down to those 4 provinces. Everything else that I own is nonsense. But I feel like I needed to take more military ideas because I can't fight against France plus Russia at the same time over and over. It just, there's no way. I'm not strong enough. So one tactic might be to not get a border with the Commonwealth or Russia. Another tactic would be just to take enough military ideas where I could actually take them in a fight. Because I have more troops than them. The problem is the quality of the troops, not the number of troops. I took no military ideas at all. You can see ideas. I took humanist, influence, and diplomatic, and they're all finished. Military tech 21, whereas Russia in this game is higher. Anyway, so let's najd it up again. Najd. So I think going straight for India and coming back for the Middle East, because the Middle East is crap. India is great. We should go straight to India. All right. We'll start the next game at the next episode.